Page 33, the postage stamp. Actually, this is one of the studies or exercises from Czerny. He wrote hundreds of these, and they're actually quite nice. I enjoy playing many of them because they actually seem to have a bit of a melody to them, most of them. Hand exercises, they don't have a melody to speak of. You're just kind of going up the keyboard and down, but they're good if you would like to just push notes down and wiggle the fingers. They're great. I prefer Czerny myself, but that's all right. They talk about tenuto at the top. I'll come back to tenuto in a bit. First, let's cover this. We got 4/4 time. There's no sharps or flats. We're only using the white notes. That's typical of a lot of these exercises. You only use the white notes, which is unfortunate because when you start mixing in black notes too, that changes things a lot. But this is just white notes. C major. Make sure you can do the C major scale and the A minor scale and the arpeggios too. Right hand first, let's make sure. We got two voices going on here in each hand. So in the right hand, you're starting here, and the top note is a whole note. You hold that down as you play these notes in the bottom here. And just go on. You can lift a hand. You can go ahead and lift the hand between each measure here, because you have the repeated G's. You get down to the third line, then the whole note's the bottom voice for the right. You hold it down. You've got to come up one. And then come up here, you C. You come down. This is the last line, second measure there. It's 1 and 3. You're starting most all of these like that. And the last measure, they say 5. I prefer to feel this, so I'm going to just stay here and do just 4 in the last measure. So the last 2 measures is, stay here. But you can use 5 if you'd like. I mean, you're lifting up between all these measures anyway, so if when you lift up, you can move. I just don't want to do that. I don't like doing that. Left hand's got the same thing or similar to it. Now, left hand this is treble clef, so you're really up here. It's 5 and 3, and you're going to hold the little finger down. You come down. See, the bottom note changed. Third line, now you're bass clef. So you're down here. Hold the thumb down. And again, the whole note's changing. It's a B now. You put the hands together, and it goes slow. I go a little fast because I've been doing this forever, but it's here. Make sure you hold the whole notes down. Now, a little bit about technique. I play by weight. I let the weight of the hands and the fingers and the arms play the notes. I don't still and use the fingers pushing them down. I don't use so much finger muscles. I use the weight. I'm leaning into it, and I'm just lowering which finger I want the weight to be on. When you're only playing one finger at a time, you're just transferring weight from finger. It's like walking on the keyboard, except I got 5 legs. I'm just transferring weight from finger to finger. And it doesn't matter what the pattern is. I can transfer weight from any finger to any finger very quickly. Well, when we have 2 notes like this, I'm still transferring weight for the most part to the finger that's moving. I'm going here. Once you have a note down on piano, it takes no weight, no effort at all to keep it down. You can completely relax. That thing will not come up. As long as you're on it and you're resting on it, it will not come up. You don't have to continue to push down. That's a mistake a lot of people make. They play a note like a big chord and they continue to push down. Well, that's silly. Once you play it, relax. You're done. You just relax. You don't have to all the time. And here, once it's down, it's down. So the weight is on both fingers, and now I'm just transferring weight on the other. weight on both fingers to start, and then I'm transferring weight, because I can do this transfer weight like this very nicely, even holding that down. So it feels a little weird at first, but it works very well. This way, I'm not straining the muscles. I'm not so much of a chance of getting carpal tunnel or having physical problems, because I'm using the weight to do most of the work for me. I'm just wiggling the fingers. So here, I'm just transferring here. And it doesn't matter which finger is held down. Go down the third line where you're this. And this comes down, remember? Yeah. Works quite well after you get used to it. It's a little weird at first, but I would encourage you to work on just transferring weight from finger to finger. You do this a lot in the scales and arpeggios. Just transferring weight to whatever finger gets it. Weight here to here. I can transfer weight from middle finger to thumb. It's no problem. Now, as far as the articulation goes, just connect it as best you can. You can lift up between the measures, because you got these whole notes you got to deal with. Dynamics, it says loud. I question that. You should practice this sort of thing softly and loud, but don't get extreme. Don't get loud. So practice it softly. I'm using very little weight. I'm very light. I'm holding most of the weight out. I'm just dropping a little bit of weight on it and transferring it on soft. Takes practice, and again, it's something you do with the scales. Practice those, playing really, really super soft and loud. And loud, you just drop a lot of weight in it. My hands feel very heavy when I'm doing this, because I'm using a lot of weight. But I suggest you keep this for the most part in the middle. You can do the louds and soft, but for the most part, it's in the middle. Then speed, Multi-Legato, that's not a speed. What is important here is the evenness of the eighth notes and the beat, steady beat. So you pick a speed that works for you, and over time you could gradually speed it up. You don't have to play it fast. You don't have to play it fast. It's kind of fun after you get to know it. And it's good practice, because now you're shifting weight very quickly. Now let's talk about this tenuto thing. Tenuto, they show abbreviation TEN. It's also got a symbol associated to it, and that is the regular straight line that is over or under a note. Each note would get its own straight line, even. You'll see them occasionally. Now, tenuto has evolved. That straight line, meaning tenuto, used to be an accent. So when, back a couple hundred years or more ago, when they saw that, they would accent. They would play a little louder. Then it's evolved, it's changed, where now it's more of a just linger on the note. Don't cut it at least a bit short. Linger on it, and if you can, hang on to it just a hair longer. Linger on it. And that's really what they're after here. They got the word tenuto. You don't need that. But they're telling you to linger on that whole note. Just hang on to that. Well, you do that anyway. See, don't cut it short. Some people would put in a rest. No, linger on it. Make it as connected as you can. That's all it means here. The speed, they have Multi-Legato. That's not a speed. Multi means a bunch, a whole bunch, a lot. Legato means connected. So it's saying very connected. It's not a speed. But I'm telling you, just connect everything. You can lift up between the measures. Like so. Yeah. it's a good little warm-up exercise if you want to do it, because this is something you can memorize very quickly, and then you can continue to play this at the beginning of each practice session of each day. Not each practice session, but the first practice session of the day, at the beginning of that, this kind of warms up. You can play something like this to warm it up. When you're doing the scales and arpeggios, you can also do this.